Last autumn, 200 workers lost their jobs here in Beautor, northern France, when their steel plant closed. Its owner, the Russian steelmaker NLMK, had wanted to sell it, but couldn't find a buyer. For more than a century, the plant had been a pillar of the local economy. The workers say they can't understand why the government did nothing to prevent the closure.
The authorities should protect our industries, especially in small towns and rural regions. We were a really good team. In Belgium, the regional government bought 49% of an NLMK plant. Why does the Belgian state do it and the French state doesn't?
Many of the former steelworkers are disappointed not only by the government, but also by the mainstream political parties. The first round of the French presidential election is to be held on the 23rd of April.
Neither the left nor the right have done anything for us. I'm going to vote for the National Front. At least they'll send all the foreign workers home. Then we'll get their jobs. Lots of foreigners have been taking our jobs. We French people should have priority.
Many companies in this part of northern France have closed down over the past few decades. The unemployment rate in some towns is 16% or higher. People here feel abandoned, left high and dry. Many find the arguments, or the slogans, of the far-right National Front appealing. 5 mayors in the region represent the party. One of them is Franck Briffaut in Villers-Cotterêts.
We want tariffs to put an end to unfair competition from abroad. And the euro is bad for us. We can't boost exports by having a weaker currency, only by depressing wages.
He sounds rather like Donald Trump. The new US president also wants to impose tariffs on imports to the United States.
I think he's got the right idea. Of course, the Americans want to act in their own interest. But they're asking the right questions, and others will follow suit. What we're witnessing is the end of a certain economic model that's been sold to us in such a dogmatic manner.
Briffaut denies that protectionist measures could harm French firms, for example, if they have to pay more for imports. He believes the risks of an open economy and of an open society are greater.
It's dangerous to admit 300,000 foreigners every year. They don't want to integrate. We have to put an end to this political wishful thinking that says we can all just hold hands and get along. That's not the way the world works.
People here want to see Trump-style protectionism enforced in France, too. Mayor Briffaut says many want to see change, including the local estate agents, for example.
Many of our clients are having a hard time keeping their businesses running in the face of tough competition from Eastern Europe, where pay is much lower. That hits small companies especially hard. Mr. Trump is on the right track when he says he wants to see jobs at the local and national level. We saw how he dealt with the car makers. The aim is to bring jobs back home.
The sawmill at the edge of town is run by Éric Charpentier. He says French companies need some degree of protection, including his own. It's now competing with companies as far away as China, which buy up lots of timber from France. He says the situation is not sustainable.
We need a steady supply of raw materials. Otherwise, our factory will grind to a halt. The government should ensure that French timber remains in France so that our lumber and woodworking industry can survive.
Charpentier says the European Union needs to do its part as well to protect European industries.
The EU should take tougher measures to protect the economy with respect to imports and exports. It could learn a lesson or two from China, and now from the US as well.
It's too late to revive the steel plant in Beautort. Other jobs in the area are hard to find. Of the 200 who have lost their livelihoods, only 30 have so far found a new job.
We meet and try to cheer each other up, especially when somebody is feeling really desperate and is having a particularly lousy day. We're there for each other, even though NLMK isn't there for us anymore.
They're not giving up without a fight. They're filing suit, demanding a better severance package. Some spent their entire working life at the plant.
And sadly, it's time to wrap things up for now, but join us next week when we'll once again focus on protectionism, this time in Europe and particularly in Britain. Prime Minister Theresa May has made it clear that her government wants a clean break with Europe. But people who work in the creative industries in London are totally against a hard Brexit. They're mobilising in favour of open borders and raising their voices against protectionism and all it stands for. Many businesses in Britain, on the other hand, seem to be adopting a pragmatic approach to the new circumstances. Some think the nation's export sector will profit from a weaker pound and are hoping to strike a quick trade deal with the new US president.